thing on the door going, I don't know whether or not you'd have heard that on the camera then. But not only was that kind of rustling, but that sounded like finger taps on it as it was rustling. So you just see me like gesture then doing that. I could like hear a faint as if there was like slight tapping on the plastic, and then it just suddenly did one big rustle again. Which you get, there is a draft through the side of the door. This is the thing with the door. If the door was open and it was doing it, I'd be like, that's a bit stranger, because the draft is kind of intensified. Like I can put my hand next to the door and I can feel a draft coming through. So part of me's thinking that, but then at the same time, the draft doesn't tap. You know that?
Attack.
Attack? Interesting. So that ain't a draft. Surely. And for it to have that pattern of like the big crinkle, I was like, that sounds like something's tapping on there at the same time. And then I'm hearing that tapping, and then suddenly another big crinkle, and then it stops. And wouldn't a draft be kind of more consistent? I'm just gonna get up and Spirit, while I'm doing this, if you could say goodbye on the device, that would be fantastic. I'll give you 2 words to say, like 2 words time to say goodbye, if that makes sense. So the next 2 words you say on this device, it'd be fantastic if at least one of those was goodbye, in some way. I'm just going to put my hand next to the door, just feel the draft. So an interesting thing about that draft is I could feel it then. I can't hear the plastic, I can't see it move, but I could feel it against my fingers. It wasn't very strong of a draft, so granted the draft might be kicking up now and then. Just general weather things could mean that the draft picks up. Like I said, my bum's window could be open. But it's strange. It's just one of those strange things. I'm like, I don't know. Especially with the tapping. That tapping, that constant, because you'd have seen on the footage me just going,
Investigate.
Investigate, that's related, because I'm investigating this potential draft. But yeah, I am investigating Spirit. Can the next word you say be goodbye? Because that's your first word out of the 2. So can the next one be goodbye? Or good night, something like that? Evening, anything relating to that? But yeah, so you'd have seen on the camcorder me doing this, right? And you've seen that's a rhythmic thing. As far as I'm aware, a draft isn't quite that rhythmic. Could be wrong with that, but it's just interesting how it was that tapping sound. And I don't know if you'd have heard it on the camcorder. You may have heard the crinkling and that rustling from when it's been moving, especially when I've been quiet, but I don't think you'd have heard that slight tap. I could be wrong, you could have heard the tap, but I could be wrong, you could hear it, but I don't know. Again, Carl's going past, where if you've seen like some, like the live stream. Come on, Spirit, can you say goodbye on that device? I'm not going to say goodbye on the board. I'm going to leave that all as it is. Because I've not been saying goodbye on the board, I've not been removing the planchette from the board, I have been leaving the...
Many soldiers here.
Many soldiers here. Again, that thing of war. With it saying many died here, and I was like, maybe that's relating to the war that he keeps talking about, right? I think I said that at the time. And now it's saying many soldiers here. That's interesting. Okay, well I'm going to call it a night now, Spirit, because I've been investigating for like an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm going to switch this off, so thank you very much, Spirit. I'm going to switch off the cat balls. I was actually far more awake through that investigation than I thought I would be, which is good. I'll switch off the camcorder because, again, camcorder is the reason why I don't go on for too long, because the SD card, well, and the battery as well, though I have been charging the battery of this, but yeah, SD card and battery have been a bit iffy. They last about an hour, so I'm kind of pushing it once I get past that hour mark. But yeah, thank you very much to everyone on YouTube for watching the video, if you have been watching it. Don't know what that noise was that I just heard, but yeah, thank you for watching. It's been an interesting session again. Again, same kind of themes being said through the investigation. Might actually have a name now of one of the spirits, possibly being called Taylor. 7-year-old girl called Taylor, maybe. So I'll try and ask about that in the next session, because I'm aware that one thing I've not been doing is picking up on various things and trying to be like, who's the soldier? Like, going into the investigation with knowledge and then being like, let's build on that. I've not been doing that yet. But now that we're kind of like halfway-ish, I'm like, you know what, I feel confident enough in what it usually says that I can be like, let's build on that. So yeah, possibly 7-year-old girl called Taylor. Might be the name of one of the dolls, you know. Might be the last name of one of the dolls. I have a feeling that Violet's last name is Taylor. I don't know how old she's supposed to be. I'm not going to look until next month after the investigating is done, because obviously confirmation bias. So already, with me kind of already having heard the name of the dolls, I'm like, maybe I'm projecting onto it. But it's one of them. I'm like, So, but I don't have a clue how old she is. So if the girl supposedly attached to that doll, if it is called Taylor, is 7, then that's significant, I would say, because I honestly I have no memory of how old she's supposed to be. So I don't even know if I got an age for her. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.